Welcome and welcome back to Endless Garden Dreams. In just a few days' time, we have gone from this to this. The snow is melting and we are slowly being teased with warmer temperatures. Spring planting is fast approaching, so let's start our March seeds. First up are peas. Peas are a cool weather crop and one of the first things that you can actually plant in the garden. As soon as your soil has thawed out enough to be worked, you can directly plant your pea seeds. You can pop them in the soil about ½ an inch down and water well. They'll sprout in no time. You can expect a harvest in about 60 days. And one of the best things about peas is their roots help fix nitrogen into the soil. So when you go to remove the plant, just cut the plant off at the soil level or just below the soil level and leave the roots in to work their magic. 2, radishes. March is a great time to plant radishes. If you have children and you want to introduce them into gardening, radishes are a perfect first veggie to plant because they don't take long to grow. It takes about 5 days to germinate, but you have your harvest in less than a month. So just plant your seeds about ½ an inch deep, water well, and make sure you just have them in a sunny spot and they'll be ready in no time. Number 3, tomatoes. If you want to have summer tomatoes, start your seeds now. Tomato seeds are started in potting mix ¼ of an inch below the soil level, and you just want to water them well. If you have a seed mat, this can help get them germinated. If not, you'll still be fine. It'll just take a little bit longer. Just set them in a warm area that gets a lot of sun. Number 4 are potatoes. We're not talking sweet potatoes here. We're talking regular potatoes. For zone 7, it's recommended that potatoes be planted 2 weeks before the average last frost date. Our date is April 15th. For those who don't know, I am in zone 7, Northeast Delaware Valley. So April 15th is our average last frost date. We'll be planting potatoes on or after St. Patrick's Day. Potatoes can be planted in the ground, in a raised bed, or if you have a large enough container, in a large pot or planter. We've tried potatoes in raised beds and in pots on our deck. We have had success both. So to get your potatoes started, the cheapest way is to take your old sprouted potatoes that you forgot in the cabinet. They have, the eyes on them. You want to take those from the cabinet and use those to be the seed potato for this year's potato bed. Easiest way, and that's the cheapest way. The easiest way is to purchase seed potatoes. You can purchase them at a seed store, garden center, or your big box store. I did pick up a couple of potatoes from a local Walmart, and we'll try them this year. If you're growing them in pots, you want to grab your large pot, put about 6 inches of potting mix that's been amended with bone meal at the bottom. Add 2 potatoes, so think north-south. Make sure your eyes are pointed up and just nestle those potatoes in there. Add another 4 to 6 inches of soil. And then this time you want to go east-west. Do the same thing, your 2 potatoes, eyes up, and cover the pot with soil. I always top off the top of my potato pots with some straw. This helps keep moisture in, and for me, sometimes it helps keep the squirrels out. Keep this in a sunny area, water well, and in time you'll get sprouts. I hope you notice that there is no pilling in this method. In my experience, pilling didn't make a difference versus this method of planting. So I make it easy on myself and just plant once, fill the soil up, and I don't have to worry about it until it's time to either water if they're dry or when it's time to harvest. Potatoes take on average 120 days to grow, and you'll know when they're ready because the vines that previously were green, lush, with flowers or maybe even potato fruit have completely died back and got crunchy. Now, the remainder of the seeds on this list were mentioned previously in the January video, so check that video out. Next up are onions. Watch the January seed starting video to see how I start these seeds, but here's a picture of this year's onions thus far. They're growing in an old food container. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that, but onions are really, really simple. Soil, scatter the seed, barely cover, water well, give them some heat, they'll grow. Number 6, brassicas. If you want a spring harvest, get those brassicas started today. Brassicas, for those who are not familiar with the term, is a term that covers cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, collard greens, kale, and Brussels sprouts. Again, check out that January video for more details, but I want to mention if you are in zone 7, be sure to cover your brassicas with insect netting at the time of planting and leave them there for the duration of the growing season if possible. The white cabbage moth is relentless in our area and will completely decimate your brassicas in no time. Number 7, peppers. Now, if you look at the January video, hot peppers are what I recommended then. That's because hot peppers take a really long time to grow. There is still hope if you want to have some hot peppers. Sweet peppers take a lot less time. So sweet peppers can take about 60 to 80 days to mature. But there are some hot peppers that can take up to 120 days. So you really want to get those peppers started now. And last but not least, 2 things that are almost always on the list, lettuce and spinach. And I might as well throw in chard right there too. Lettuce, spinach, and chard. Lettuce and spinach are almost always on the list because they're so easy to start and because they can be tucked away in the garden. If you have a little blank spot, you can just pop a lettuce or a spinach in there or chard and they'll grow nicely. Now, with that being said, lettuce and spinach are cool weather crops. Perfect for a nice spring garden. So that's it for March seeds that you want to get started now. I just ask that you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, let me know what you're growing in your garden this spring. But that's all for now. Again, I thank you for watching. I wish you the best garden success. Until next time, God bless.